JoJolion is the current part of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga by Hirohiko Araki, and is pretty good except for the fact that nothing happens and it is boring. Admittedly, I only read about 30 chapters before deciding it was bad and stopping, but because I own the Diamond is Unbreakable movie, and that has a Josuke in it, I would say I'm an authoritative figure on JoJolion. However, that isn't important. What is important is how it will end, as recently we hit chapter 100, and that's a really big number, so I think Araki should stop soon. JoJolion probably has a main villain now, and I think that the main villain, who I will call Ultra Dio from now on, and Josuke too should fight. That would be cool. You see, as Ultra Dio is Dio but better, his stand should not only be able to stop time, but also have the power of every single stand in all of JoJo except for the bad ones. However, since Josuke's stand has bubbles that can capture things, he can capture individual stand powers, which would make it a really cool fight, like a cool video game, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven, my favorite video game, where cool stuff happens and you can play as all the JoJo characters, and it's cool. The other thing that would make this fight really good is if it were on a boat, because every good manga has a part where there's a boat. For example, One Piece has a boat, it's awesome, but Death Note, no boat. It sucks cock. Even JoJo parts follow this logic. Stardust Crusaders has a boat, and it's the best part, but Steel Ball Run, all it has are horses, and those aren't boats. So on this boat, it's obviously sailing to a cool new unexplored island, that's a given, that's what boats do, and Jotaro has to find Ultra Dio before they get to the island, because if he gets to the island, something bad will happen, they assume. Unfortunately, Josuke isn't good enough, and they get to the island, where Ultra Dio reveals himself and says something like,
"Haha, Jojo, now that we're on the island, I can reveal the true power of my stand. Star, Platinum, Magician's Red, Hermit, Purple, Hierophant, Green, Silver, Chariot, the Fool, the World, Tower of Grey, Dark Blue Moon, Strength, Ebony, Devil, Yellow, Temperance, Hanged Man, Emperor, Empress, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, Lovers, Sun, Death, 13, Judgment, High Priestess, Geb, Khnum, Thoth, Anubis, Bastet, Sethan, Osiris, Horus, Atom, Tor, Sax, Cream, Gold Experience, Sticky Fingers, Moody Blues, Sex Pistols, Aerosmith, Purple Haze, Spice Girl, Chariot Requiem, Gold Experience Requiem, King Crimson, Black Sabbath, Soft Machine, Kraftwerk, Little Feat, Man in the Mirror, Mr. President, Beach Boy, The Grateful Dead, Babyface, White Album, Clash, Talking Head, Notorious B.I.G., Metallica, Green Day, Oasis, Rolling Stones, Tusk, Ballbreaker, Oh, Lonesome Me, Scary Monsters, Cream Starter, Ticket to Ride, Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap, Love Train, In a Silent Way, Hey Ya!
And then at that exact moment, Guts from Berserk walks in and kills him with one swing of his really awesome big sword. See, this island was actually Elfheim from Berserk World, and now the twist is that Josuke has to get off the island because also Guts' swing was super strong and blew up Josuke's boat. Josuke is really sad that he's on some shitty island, and they go off to the Elf Queen, or whatever her name was. I don't remember, the chapter came out like 4 fucking years ago. They get there and boom, Gon is there hanging out. Yeah, I didn't forget. Hunter x Hunter has a boat too, and so obviously the Dark Continent is also actually Elfheim, but Hunter x Hunter people are so stupid and weak that when they got there, they got murked by the Wicker Golems every time. This also brings me to my theory about how Gon will get onto the cool whale boat, and then onto the Dark Continent, which is Elfheim, but that's a video for another day. Gon is going through another one of his little tantrums, because on the way to the island, every single person on the boat except him died, because that would be really philosophical and deep and introspective and well written and subtle. And so Josuke uses his stand bubble to take away Gon's Nen, but since Gon already doesn't have Nen, it gives him his Nen back, and that makes Gon happy, so he calms down. Then Legoshi from Beastars walks up. This makes sense because Beastars is going to end soon. I got this information from a reputable source, which is my friend who swears it isn't furry porn. And Beastars is very good, but it doesn't have any boats, which means it's going to have a boat, and it only makes sense for them to be sailing to an unexplored island, because that's what boats do. And then that island is actually Elfhelm from Berserk. Then they all fight to the death, which Legoshi wins because he dresses up like a girl, which makes Gon, Josuke, and Guts really uncomfortable because they're all transphobic, and they forfeit out of embarrassment. And that is how JoJolion should end. Araki, please subscribe to my YouTube channel as a thank you for the idea.